that should be understood. We ain't stopping, nigga, nah, we ain't falling, we ain't quit. When you see me wanna stop, nigga, we all make them see some stars. Then rain on it, keep your aim on it. It ain't all about the hen and the hay. You see me in the streets, I bet you think I wanna play. Look here, I ain't got time. Look at me close, but through all the bullshit, seeing me blind. I got in this motherfucker. I'm in the show, if I can make it, you can make it in this motherfucker. Ain't no other brother gonna do it for you. He might help, but when it all boils down, still in it for yourself. You got a family, I got a family, and goddamn it, be time to let that real ass man in me take a stand for me. I got plans to be set tight. Ain't shit finna fuck up my plans to get right. Shit might seem way out of reach, but fuck negative. Better get with better things to touch better shit. You, and all the sneaky shit that your ass trying to do. You been peeping on my pimpin', looking for a downfall. And I ain't gon' even hang around y'all. I found y'all niggas to be false and fake assholes for the fame. What they do? They gon' give it up. Put your hand in my shit, I breaks it off. Ball, yeah, MJG, we gon' get straight out the mind of a nigga who done seen the light up all night, trying to figure out why shit ain't right. Uptight, ecstasy done got the best of me, got me gritting my teeth and I can't go to sleep. Feel the beat, bump, bump. Beating up a nigga back, bout to bust out the trunk. We crunk, we dumb, if a nigga won't funk. But I don't really think the motherfuckers want none. Pimp nigga, South nigga, running his mouth nigga. Pull out a map and choose another route nigga. Prisoner of war and I can't get out nigga. Mask face, drop it off like it's a drought nigga. Suave house nigga, big ball and MJ. Space age pimpin', doing it to play away. Underground, independent, making more dough. Hustling cause no dough is a no-no. Fuck hoes, let me hold something I can fold. Thinking you fly when that shit you poppin' is old. Cold-blooded like Rick with this rap shit. And if a nigga wanna scrap shit, I don't give a fuck. You, and all the sneaky shit that your ass trying to do. You been peeping on my pimpin', looking for a downfall. And I ain't gon' even hang around y'all. I found y'all niggas to be fake assholes for the fame. What they do? They gon' give it up. Put your hand in my shit, I breaks it off. Ball, yeah, MJG, we don't give a fuck. I got that pimp shit you wanna roll with. Stay in control, stay on your toes with. Never fold and behold with. Black on the hose with. Eat lunch, change clothes, been rolling on lean to the side, fold dough. Got my windows black in. Soon as you ride clean, you let them haters back in. Bitches be acting like soap opera. Fuck you hoes, go and see you a dope doctor. Shit that you tryin', baby, I'm with it. You be the fifth, I be the motherfucking one with it. I got my nuts and my guts and my heart in it. Give me a crack and see if I don't put a part in it. From the start in it, we had hard in it to win it. 30 birdies, straight love like tennis. All point shavers, bump and grind until we make our shit major. Until then, you can hit me on the pager. 1-800 Big Ball Hip Hop Savior. Remember that, and we gon' keep it on the smoking act a fool and take rookies to school. Veteran MC, purple ribbon pedigree. Tennessee MC, Mr. B.I.G. and MJG. Hard from the fucking start, hard from the fucking start, cause we don't give a fuck. You, and all the sneaky shit that your ass trying to do. You been peeping on my pimpin', looking for a downfall. And I ain't gon' even hang around y'all. I found y'all niggas to be false and fake assholes for the fame. What they do? They gon' give it up. Put your hand in my shit, I breaks it off. Ball, yeah, MJG. Lands of Babylon, point shavers, set traps and ambushes. Space age hoes use hypnotic touches and aromas. Extraterrestrial bitches putting tricks in comas. As I hover above the slums, 220 miles per hour, smoking orange juice, sniffing information, loving life. Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
Salute, and welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now swimming in deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Salute, dear brother, Black Truth United for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good man. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'll make sure that y'all can hear me clearly first and put the chat room. Make sure I can see everybody because tonight. Oh, yeah. Y'all knew I wasn't going to let this slide. Everybody in here, give me a black fist or a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly. Okay? Want to make sure that I am heard loud and clear before I get underway and start cooking here tonight. Yeah, we finna handle this the right way over here. Okay? Make sure everybody can hear me. All right? Everybody can, thumbs up or a black fist. All right? Cool. Okay. And everybody can hear me. All right. Bet. All right, so look, let me just go ahead and get straight to business here and let y'all know what we're dealing with. If you see the thumbnail, if you see the title, we are going to let the world know that Terry Bolea, aka known as Hulk Hogan, all right, that passed away. Okay, may he rest in peace. We gonna send a properly clear message over here that his anti-black racist legacy will not be whitewashed. Let me go ahead and let you know right now, if you one of those people that worship celebrities, entertainment, if you are the equivalent of, you know, the bastard in Django, or Hoppin' Bob, or anybody from Life, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, you ain't gonna like this broadcast tonight, because for self-respecting foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, we're gonna get some things straight over here. Now, let me go ahead and say that I have seen what many of you have seen also. We've seen some buck dancing sambos from our lineage sitting up here putting the cape on for this vile, filthy, demonic, anti-black racist white supremacists. And we've seen some people that are not buck dancing sambos address this completely the wrong way. Let me say something to everybody on the sound of my voice that does have any type of self-respect for themselves. We, as foundational Black American freedmen, are not obligated to give any grace or respect to anyone that says the things that this son of a bitch said about our people, okay? That's first and foremost. I don't tell nobody else what to do on their platform. Not my business, not my problem. But over here, we gonna send a message over here tonight. Let me further say this. When it comes to the people that allow your particular faith, whatever it is, to let you be misused or misled to thinking that you're supposed to have some great, deep admiration for people that hate us and don't see us as human at all, or you really not gonna like this broadcast tonight. We finna go here, okay? So now that I've set the tone and I think everybody's clear on where we finna do, what we finna go over here tonight and what we're going to do, hey, let me go in and say this. There are many people that grew up watching professional wrestling. I was one of those little black children in the South, along with my father and uncles and grandparents that has fond memories of watching that, especially if you were down in the South. That was a part of your childhood. Okay, you had your Saturday morning cartoons. Professional wrestling was a close second right there with that, okay, in conjunction with going outside to play with your friends, etc., okay? That was a part of our childhood. And see, and when you were a child, you were innocent, okay? You were innocent. Coming up as a Gen Xer, child that mostly grew up in the 80s and 90s, you got to understand this. We didn't have a whole lot of black representation on TV, okay? And even when it comes to the world of professional wrestling, you saw the black wrestlers that were on there. They were basically what the sport calls jobbers. Okay, now wrestling is scripted. We all know that. Sure, they perform actual athletic stunts where they do get hurt, but it's mostly scripted. Okay, so all the black wrestlers were always scheduled and slated to lose to those that were not black. So if you were a little black boy or a little black girl that was into that, you didn't really have a whole lot of heroes to cheer for. Yeah, you could see them come out and whatever their gimmick was, you could cheer for that. But you always knew that your black wrestler was going to lose. Okay, that didn't really change until like the 90s. All right, we all saw that. But at this particular time period, hey, as a kid, you were rooting for a lot of the white wrestlers. Okay, now at the time, WWE was WWF, and we all know that some of the main stars, the white guys. Okay, you had Ultimate Warrior, another anti-black racist, Macho Man Randy Savage. Okay. Hey, people like Ric Flair came over there, another anti-black racist, okay? And then definitely above all of them, even if you count Bret the Hitman Hart, Lex Luger, so many others, you had Hulk Hogan, okay? The man known as Terry Bolea, okay? So now the difference with him, so-called Hulkamania, that was a phenomenon back in the 80s especially, okay? If you was a little black kid, man, yeah, you were cheering for him the same way as everybody else, okay? That was something that, you know, if you and your family were into that, that kind of bonded you across generations, all right? Grandparents, parents, kids, okay, hey, y'all had something in common that you could watch, when wrestling came on, all right? And some of us even went to some of the events, all right? But, let me tell you something. Upon finding out that a lot of these people, when you grow up and you find out that things like this happen and they expose the anti-black racism, I'm going to tell you right now, I can hold on to the memories that I had with my family. But as far as like having any respect for anybody that hates my people as a foundational Black American freedman man in my right frame of mind, my mindset, no, my spirit will not allow me to do that. I throw the whole anti-black racist, white supremacist Hulk Hogan in the fucking trash. Yes, I will not have respect for nor adulation for anybody that hates my people, okay? I have not lost my fucking mind, all right? I'm in my right frame of mind. And tonight, we're going to definitely make the case for why none of you should be doing this, okay? Because see, again, even for the people that have similar sentiments, let me just say something about me, and I'll speak for me. This is not going to be some deep, profound introspection, trying to make some type of point, using Grey Poupon language, trying to chastise people. No, fuck that. What we're going to do is make it clear that those of us who are foundational Black American freedmen that are in our right frame of mind, we are not going to pass down a legacy of respecting people that despise us and see us as less than human. No, white America, I'm going to let you know right now, the same way that you don't show any grace towards Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, okay, any Ayanna Jones. I mean, I'm naming black children. Y'all know these names if you've been over here subscribed to this platform. I'm not passing any grace to this son of a bitch right here that did not see my people, even little black children that cheered for them as a human being. Because the things that he said and made sure that he let the world know on multiple occasions, that let you know that he didn't give a damn about any little black child that saw him as a hero or looked up to him. And see, you should really feel betrayed if you were one of those little black children, because think about it. As a black child, especially foundational Black American freedmen, we didn't grow up in families that taught us to hate anybody. Y'all know that, okay? Whether it was your grandparents, your parents, hey, whatever faith you practiced and went to, we was always taught to have love and compassion for everybody. So now you go back to that time in your life when you were a little black boy, a little black girl. If this was a bastard here that you idolized as a child, you think about how filthy and betrayed that you must feel, okay, for having cheered for something like this when in reality, he was just holding it at bay and didn't say those things publicly on television. But this is what he's always thought. Just think about any little black child that might have been in the audience or was trying to get an autograph from him. And yeah, maybe you signed it, but this child did not know how you really felt about him and his people. So yeah, we finna go here tonight. Let me go ahead and greet those of you that I see who are my esteemed guests. Oh yeah, we gonna thread several needles and I'm gonna prove several points. I don't give a fuck who doesn't agree with what I'm saying. You're not gonna be able to argue with me because I'm gonna make it make sense. I see the good sister Brooklyn Queen 125 in the building. Patricia Jenkins. I see Only Pamela's Way, Priscilla Taylor. I see Diesel Mike, Emma Johnson. My good brother Black Voltron Reloaded in here. Let's see. I see Dad Miller TV. My good brother Mr. Sam is in here. Let's see. I see Pretty Black Queen 15 is in here. All right. The good sister Mrs. L. I see you. That crazy bitch Aries. Okay. Denisha Murdoch is in here. David M. Thornton is in here. Concerned Black Citizen is in here. Let's see. Who else do I see in here? My brother Bruce, I see you. Project Leroy is in here. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Sinister Baller and Netta J. Salute and welcome to all of you and anybody else that'll be joining us in attendance here tonight. Also, welcome to the 11,000 of you that are now subscribed to this platform. Platform has been around for a long time. It's a classroom. We don't sugarcoat things over here. This is a foundational Black American freedmen platform, pro-black, black first. But we welcome our non-LBA brothers and sisters that have sense enough not to worship the system of racism and white supremacy, nor deny that it exists. Okay? And getting straight to business here tonight, we're not going to deny it exists because first and foremost, we have to teach a lesson about self-esteem. All right? Your little black children that you're raising right now, if you're black parents, You teach them not only to respect themselves, but what our people come from. Okay. Now, one of the sentiments that we're seeing here in white America, and we've seen this many times, not just with Hulk Hogan or Terry Bolea, whatever you want to call that son of a bitch, and fuck him and his family also, okay, because they're anti-black racists too. Yes, they are. You don't teach your little black children to have love or empathy for people that don't see you as human or wish you would not exist. That is absolute insanity. You don't do that to teach them to do that to fit in at all, like some of these Sambos that we're going to address here tonight, okay? Because that's suicidal. You understand? The essential selfishness of survival. That's what Dr. John Henry Clarke often told us that we must practice as a people. Because if you don't do that, here's what you got to understand about a lot of these people, and I'm going to thread a needle here tonight. A lot of these people that are calling themselves trying to mourn or take this fake high road as if, oh, they respected this anti-black racist. I posit to you this. This is the shameful thing. When the queen died, that piece of shit, may she rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth, if you don't know who I'm talking about. Remember all the tethers that were crying and mourning over when the queen died? Even some Asian people were doing this. Well, I posit to you this. What's the difference between them mourning that vile anti-black racist and any of you mourning a vile anti-black racist that like Hulk Hogan, whether you foundational black American freedmen or not? What's the difference? You still are thinking with a colonized mind. See, that's the common denominator. Oh, yeah, we finna go here tonight. You better understand something. That type of mindset right there, that's a holdover from slave plantation conditioning. You understand? When you are conditioned to value the lives of people that want you dead and gone, that don't refer to you as if you human at all, I posit to you this: you are stuck in the same mindset as a conditioned slave. I'm gonna provide some evidence of that. So before we get into the meat of tonight's subject matter, let me show y'all something, right? Let me show you what certain individuals are telling us that we are not gonna do and that we should be thinking about. I'm gonna let this play. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make a statement here about this. As you all know, in case you don't, wherever you join us from, this is Michael Rappaport, okay? Another white supremacist, anti-black racist that happens to be Jewish, okay? I want you to hear what he's telling us that we not gonna do and dictating to us how we supposed to respond to this no good demonic son of a bitch's transition. Let this play.
Hulk Hogan passes away. We're not going to disrespect the Hulkster. That's what we're not going to do. Is we're not going to be disrespecting Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. I don't care if he had some controversy outside of the ring. I don't care if he endorsed Donald Trump. We're talking about one of the most original characters in American popular culture history, whether you know wrestling or you're a fan of wrestling or not. We are talking about a guy who created something out of his imagination that captured the world's attention. Men, women, and children all know who Hulk Hogan is, who the great Hulk Hogan was. And like I said, I don't care about him endorsing Trump. I don't care about the stuff that was controversial. We're not going to be disrespecting the man with the 18-inch pythons, brother. We're not going to be disrespecting the Hulkster for the joy that he gave. Forget you as an adult, sicko. Forget you. Think about the kids. Think about you as a kid. Talk about a real-life superhero. When the Hulkster was out there oiled up with his goatee and his hair and those 18-inch pythons, brother. Pure joy, elation, total original. This is an original character that he created. Hulk fucking Hogan, the Hulkster. We're not going to disrespect the Hulkster, brother.
Well, Michael Rappaport, I got bad news for you, you son of a bitch. Oh, we about to disrespect him over here tonight. Oh, yes, we are going to be very disrespectful. Fuck you and fuck him too and all of his family. Yes, we're going there. It's that type of time, all right? First and foremost, you heard the things that he was talking about. Why should any of my people in their right frame of mind? Now, if you're a broken-minded Sambo or a son of a bitch that's cooning and buffooning, I don't expect any of this to resonate with you because you have no honor, self-esteem nor pride, okay? No matter if you're of our lineage or not. But for those of us in our right frame of mind, no, we can't show him any grace or compassion because he mentioned, think about the kids. Did he think about all the little black children before he said those statements? Was he ever thinking about the black children? Like I said earlier, huh? Then you dictate to us talking about we not going to disrespect them. First of all, let's make this clear, this vision, okay? Let's make this line of demarcation. There is no fucking we. You, white America, you free to remember him however you choose. You don't get to tell us that we're disrespected and aggrieved and then tell us how we're supposed to respond to it. Oh, that day has long passed, and that day is never going to return, okay? Oh, yes, I'm going to speak this for the people that are in their right frames of mind, because some of these people are not, okay? You don't get to do the things that you've done to us and then tell us how we're going to respond to it. You better direct that message towards your people. And I'm talking not only to Michael Rappaport, but any of you vile white supremacists that want to tell us that the only way that we can be accepted amongst you is for us to accept abuse. You think about that. Would you tell your children that they're supposed to look up to people that disrespect them and their heritage and their people that look at them as less than human? No, you would not. So I'm telling you right now, there's no foundational black American under the sound of my voice that's over here that's got any sense that will be participating in that, okay? So now let's get to discussing some things before we get further into dissecting this the way it's supposed to be dissected. Family, some of you may ask yourself, especially if you're a younger black person, why is it that so many black folks will come out here and toe the water, carry water for white supremacy when they can see and hear exactly what you and I have, and they know for a fact that this person is a vile anti-black racist? Well, you got a couple reasons. One, you have misuse of religion. Notice I didn't say use of religion. I said misuse, meaning that you have people that are thinking from the conditioned mindset of the slave Bible, okay? Teaching only one half, when also in the Bible, it says that you should love what is good and hate what is bad. And I'm going to tell you right now, with righteous indignation, I hate with my whole entire being everything that is evil and demonic that wishes ill upon me and my people that have done anyone no harm, okay? Oh, yes, we going to see, they leave that part of the Bible out. It's a time and a place for everything, all right? I could be here all night preaching about that. So you have those people. Then you have the other black folks that it has nothing to do with any type of faith or religious belief. You have those that they see what we see, know what we know about these white supremacists, but in order to be viewed as one of the good little Negroes, you go along and get along as if you didn't see anything, okay? Now, why do they do this? Well, we're going to examine something else here. And this scene right here might shock a lot of the younger people because you might not be familiar with this. I'm going to play something here, and I want y'all to see if you can catch how this threads into what we're talking about tonight, because I'm going to let this play, and then we're going to get straight down to it. I'm going to tell you how it fits in here. And like I said, we're going to cover all the bases that certain people that have spoken on this, and they're free to address it how they want. We're going to cover the things that they didn't get to tonight. We're going to explain, and I want you to examine this scene that I'm about to play. We're going to explain where that mindset comes from and why so many of these Sambos, whether they of our lineage or not, go along when it's a white supremacist and they just look the other way as if it doesn't apply to them also.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard, you liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, He's become one of us.
Okay, so now for those of you that are younger that don't know what that was that you saw, that's a movie called Trick Baby, okay? The dinner table scene, very famous scene. And let's be clear, I showed this to you tonight, not because it has anything to do with Republicans or Democrats, liberals or conservatives, despite what Michael Rappaport said. We're looking at that mindset when it comes to fitting in anywhere in the dominant society. Most of these corporations, these sports leagues, okay, the entertainment industry, definitely professional wrestling. This is what you have to do. You have to toe the line and think exactly like they think, okay? Like I said, they'll let you come in amongst them if you're willing to be somebody that even when your entire ethnic group is disrespected in the way that we looking at on the screen, oh yeah, we finna go here. Oh yes, we finna go here. We gonna put this in your face, because see, if you one of these bastards that this applies to, hit dogs will holler. You ain't gonna be able to look at this tonight. You have to be able to see what he said on this screen. Let's read it. Oh, we gonna go back in time. I mean, I'd rather if she was going to fuck some nigga, talking about his daughter, Brooke Hogan, I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot tall nigga worth $100 million like a basketball player. I guess we're all a little racist fucking nigger. Okay. So now, in order for you to fit in, you have to be able to know he said that, have heard it with your own ears. Then you have heard all the other stuff he said when his little drunken fucking Satan spawn almost killed someone and put his friend in a coma. Have the nerve after your little demonic spawn did that, talk about hopefully we don't come back as niggers. First of all, Hogan, okay, hopefully your spirit will feel these words in the grave that you're riding in now, okay, and to all of your family. You're not worthy of being reincarnated as one of God's children, you little satanic spawn, you. You're not worthy of that, okay? And see, for any of these Sambos that would see something like this and you telling me that this is what I'm supposed to honor, now, I know where a lot of people will go, well, I don't disrespect the dead. Well, I have a question for you. How often does white supremacists disrespect our dead? How often do they do that? They're clearly comfortable doing that with anybody that passes away in foundational Black American Freedmen Society, even when it's unjust, okay? Even when it's children, they do that. Going around mocking George Floyd's, they're just always mocking us. Even when, you know, when you look at Sonya Massey, how that vile white supremacist shot that sister in the face because he didn't understand something she said. She was no threat to him whatsoever. I just reviewed on this channel what they did to the brother William McNeil Jr. Did he make some mistakes? Sure, he did. But nothing he did warranted him being beaten and punched in the face and assaulted that way. Nothing. So don't come over here asking me to show grace for this bastard right here. See, I'm not one of I'm a rebellious slave. I'm a descendant of rebellious slaves, okay? I'm not one that's looking for your acceptance. I don't give a fuck what you think of me. I'm not somebody that is beholden to you for any type of employment. I'm not somebody that you can manipulate or guilt trip. I'm not somebody that you can misuse my faith in the Most High to make me accept your abuse, okay? I'm not one of those type of Black people, and most of the people gathered here over here in this chat room are not. Family, let me test something right quick, because I don't know. If you're not one of those types of Black people, throw the fire sign emoji in this chat, because see, we gonna round some bases here tonight. Oh, yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're gonna do this the right way over here. If you are not one of those Black people, throw them fire sign emojis in the chat. I want to see something real quick. I want to see how many people are still in your right frame of mind. Because I'm not telling you, per se, to disrespect the dead. I'm not telling you to do that. What I am telling you is you don't honor any white supremacist that has these things to say about our people. And then for the greater majority of people around them to go to prove that they're white supremacists, not suspected ones, they are white supremacists. If you gonna see this, what he called my people, and then tell us we supposed to honor him and act like that didn't happen, like any mistreatment of our people, we just supposed to sweep that shit on the rug like we didn't see that. Huh? Okay, so I'm seeing my chat room look like we got a lot of Black people in here in their right frame of mind. It's good to know. It's good to know. Because see, I'm gonna tell you something right now. This is very important that we teach that our black children that you don't have to accept abuse. That is not normal for a person to be referred to as something less than human, and then you turn around and have sympathy and coddle that person. So you better understand that what I'm talking about here tonight, that's one of the key components to maintaining the fragile system of white supremacy. White supremacy in its systematic form cannot exist without certain weak-minded, sellout, Sambozo-ass black people helping prop that damn system up. And a part of propping that system up is you looking up to people that despise you. Because, see, you got to think about it. Even if you extrapolate this beyond this anti-black racist Hulk Hogan, you got to look at, even with politics, no matter whether it's Democrats or Republicans, they do the least for us and absolutely practice malevolent neglect towards us. Yet we supposed to run and save them all the time, primarily the Democrat Party, because that's what most of our people have voted for, okay? Now, you think about the condition of a slave. A slave is always supposed to put the needs of their master ahead of their own well-being. Well, I posit to you that today, those of us that are free and in our right frame of mind, we owe it to our ancestors to never look back or look forward. And honor anybody that hates our people like this. No, you are disrespecting your ancestors. If you sitting up here praising this bastard and trying to act like he didn't do what he did, and I already know what people going, well, he changed, he forgiven. How we know that? He didn't come out and give no apology, which ain't worth nothing at all. What the fuck is an apology worth without tangibles? You didn't show where you had remorse for anything you did. You didn't do anything for the black community. You didn't come out and advocate for reparations. You didn't come out and advocate for an anti-black hate crime bill. Oh, yeah, we going here tonight. So if you one of these bastards is sitting up here talking about you honoring Hulk Hogan and you mourning him, I'm finna run down a list of things and ask your stupid ass, why would you do that when somebody look at you as less than human and never advocated for your people? He didn't give any money to any HBCUs. You didn't go and try to help give scholarships to black people. You didn't do anything that, regardless of whether you said something or not, because nobody can tell whether you actually sorry or not by a fucking verbal apology. You didn't do anything that we could say, okay, you did try to balance that out. No, what he did, and I proved this many times on this platform, because this isn't the first time I addressed this son of a bitch. What you did, you went and doubled down on it, and thanks to a lot of them Sambo-ass black wrestlers that's in WWE, they gave you a pass for it. Well, I'm here to tell you, not any of them. They don't speak for or represent the greater majority of my people. Oh, no, they don't. And they never will. Okay? They don't, and they never will. So we got something else we got to look at, family. Oh, yeah. See all that other bullshit people talking about? Now, we going here tonight. See, this is what the problem was with his daughter. When you recognize old Brooke Hogan had a craving for some soul pose. This is what they do here. They on their hands and knees begging they little white, you know what I'm saying, women, the alabastresses, as I call them, to stay away from the brothers. Now, although I don't advocate it because that is the most destructive woman on the planet, if you want to get something destroyed, please give it the task to a white woman. She will get it done. She has cried and lied on our people and cost them their lives, has gotten entire towns burned down. She was responsible for the lynching of Emmett Till. She was responsible for the death of George Stinney Jr., the youngest person to be executed by electric chair at 14. She has been responsible for so much devastation and destruction from past to present day, okay? Jonathan Majors running all around like a damn track star, Olympic athlete, okay? I can name after name, okay? Look, Tilvin Osborne, remember him? That Sambo? Oh, you had all this stuff to say about black women, and then your little alabaster snow queen was responsible for killing you. Christian Obumseli, same thing. She's Courtney Clinton decided to practice her knitting needle skills on him. Okay, look at what happened with Amber Geiger, killed Botham Jean, and in disgrace, his brother, who is not LBA, by the way, Caribbean folks, you wanted to go and hug on your brother's killer. When I saw that shit was absolutely sickening to my very spirit. Man, let me tell you something. I would rise from my damn grave, man, if my brother went and hugged on my damn killer. Have you lost your fucking mind? That goes into the misuse of religion. A people that stuck under that mind frame, you will never have any type of progress. You will never be free at all, because in the end, your freedom could be right in front of you, but you'll think you don't deserve it. See, I'm here to tell you, my people, foundational Black American freedmen, when it comes to the things that we're supposed to have, you better understand that for the longest time, due to conditioning, we have been like a mighty elephant with a string tied around our leg to a fence post. We have been there. And now that we're starting to wake up and acknowledge and define ourselves with delineation, we see now that, hey, this string can no longer hold us in place because that string has been connected to our minds, okay? That string has been connected to our minds. And now that we are waking up from that, none of us are going to sit up here and be mourning our oppressors like this that thought so vilely of our people, okay? So this was his primary issue, okay? And you know that Dr. Francis Chris Wilson has always taught us what these people think when it comes to genetic annihilation. His daughter's craving for whoever doesn't have anything to do with foundational Black American freedmen. You need to take that up with your child. You don't blame my people for that and then be calling us things. Because see, these people, you got to understand how sick and demonic a white supremacist is, like Hulk Hogan, okay? You could be in a place where you don't live nowhere near Black people. Now, in his case, he had to work with them, but you don't live nowhere near Black people. And then you have these thoughts about us 24/7 due to mainly this right here, thinking that your daughters is going to grow up and be with them or vice versa. So now you think about this. Here's where the wrestlers that should be ashamed of caping for this bastard. If you look at professional wrestling for what it is, it's scripted as far as what they do, what they say, but you still have to perform real physical stunts. Now you think about being in that ring with somebody and you a Black wrestler and your life, maybe depending on what type of move is being executed, might be in that person's hand. Now you think about you being in the ring with somebody that has no regard for your people like that. You got to be out of your fucking mind because, see, let's just call it what it is. The greater majority of Black wrestlers that's in the WWE, you got to carry the line and coon and buffoon to a certain degree. I've shown y'all Booker T. I've shown you Mark Henry. I've shown you a bunch of them over the years. Cooning and buffooning, okay, over a number of different issues and trying to play hopscotch and in the middle of things. I get it. You're trying to earn a living, but damn it, I would never want to be part of nothing where me earning a living means I have to deny my people's humanity and then you going to force me to come out and honor some filthy, vile, anti-Black racist like you know they probably going to do tomorrow night on the wrestling show. I guess some of you that might tune in, we'll see what they're going to do. But see, for me, fuck their show and fuck their feelings. No, we are not going for that over here, okay? I'll be damned if any little Black children settle for that and think that that's going to be the new way under the sun or that's supposed to be normal. They don't tell their children to respect anybody that doesn't respect them. You understand? So that's the first thing we're going to deal with. We're not done yet. Oh, no. We got to talk about some of these Sambos, okay? So now let me put this picture on the screen here, okay? How many of you know who this is? Some of you, if you on X, you probably seen this shit-eating motherfucker right here. I'm going to call you what you are. How many of you know what this is supposed to be on the screen? I'm saying what? Because I don't look at the coons and the Sambos and traitors. I don't look at them as our people. No, you're a thing. You're a tool and a pit of white supremacy. How many of y'all know what this is on the screen? I'm trying to see something. How many of y'all know? Because some of you might have seen this before. Because if you don't know, oh, trust me, we're going to identify him. Oh, yes, we are. We're going to identify him and make sure all of you know who this is. Because, see, let me say something to a lot of you. There's a reason why you don't see me in any and everybody X spaces. I don't fuck around and play with white supremacists. I don't fuck around and play with coons and Sambos, whether they FBA or non-FBA. I definitely don't play with the tether class, okay? I'm not with none of that shit. You don't play footsie with your fucking adversaries. That is suicidal and it's stupid, okay? Let me show you something about why this bastard right here, this little woodchuck looking fucker right here is so dangerous, okay? Oh yeah, I said dangerous. Let me show you something. In case you don't know who he is, this man is supposed to be a reverend. Now, he goes by the name Reverend Damian Thaddeus Jones on X, okay? So now you probably saying, well, GBS, why are you going so hard in the paint on him, okay? Why are you going so hard in the paint on him? Well, let me take this better. I want to show you something. You know me, if I make a claim, I can back it up with evidence, all right? So now you're going to see why I gave the statements that I did at the top of the broadcast here about the misuse of religion, okay? Now, ironically enough, his Twitter handle says that he's a noble Negro. Oh, really? We're going to put that to the test, and I want you, my audience tonight, to be the judge of whether you think this is a noble Negro or not. So Reverend Thaddeus Jones here, that Thaddeus Damian Jones, had this to say about the passing of that anti-black racist filth, Terry Bolea, aka Hulk Hogan. He says, Hulk Hogan was not a perfect person, neither are you. You don't have to be perfect not to be an anti-black racist. Hulk Hogan is a global icon, unlike you. We don't have to be global icons to respect ourselves. And in fact, the business, let me correct that. The entirety of foundational Black American freedmen culture is a global icon. Because if it wasn't, it would not be emulated and practiced by everybody. So that statement, sir, can be challenged, and it is false. Here's the most egregious part right here. Hulk Hogan surrendered to Christ and will be in heaven. Thaddeus Jones, so-called Reverend, let me say something to you, you ignorant, brainwashed, buck dancing Sambo, you. How the fuck do you know what Hogan surrendered to? You don't have any direct link to the Most High or Jesus Christ to know what the fuck he surrendered to. You didn't go to church with him. You don't know whether he prayed or not. You don't know who he prayed to, because we've said this for years. The white supremacists across this country that's sitting up in these churches, you're not praying to the same God that Foundation of Black American Freedmen pray to. We know that because these are the same churches that set up in, your people set up in and planned lynchings before you went and harmed and killed our people, and you went to these same churches after you did that. So no, we definitely do not serve or pray to the same God. You see what this fool is sitting here making this statement talking about he gonna be in heaven. How the fuck you know that? When has the Most High appointed you as his right hand to know anything that he does in heaven? No, I posit to you this. If he's going to go anywhere, he's going straight to hell. Because those statements that we read there, that's not what a servant of the Most High would do to be going to heaven. But see, the misuse of religion and these pork chop pastors, this is the way they think. And see, for those that have some type of issue with it, when I said slave-minded Negroes that learn from that slave route, but this is one of them right here in 2025. Let's continue to read what he's saying. So he said, many of you are judging him for one mistake. I've explained for years the difference between a mistake and a bad decision on this channel. A mistake is unforeseen occurrence. That could happen to anybody. A bad decision is a series of thoughts that leads to a choice, a series of cognizant thoughts, meaning that you had to process this, you thought about it, and then you acted upon it. That is a decision. That is not the same thing as a mistake. So he didn't make a mistake with his words. His words on that audio tape that we heard, on both of them, they were very intentional and very direct. Did that man sound confused to anybody in my audience? I need to ask you. Did anybody in my audience that heard those racist statements, and we're not going to play it here tonight, y'all done heard it, does anybody in my audience seem to think that man was confused or under any type of illusion that he didn't know what he was doing or delirious when he made those statements? Because see, let's go here before we finish off reading this. We've even seen cases where some of them have full-blown dementia, but they remember that anti-black racism and how to call us the N-word, don't they? So I don't even give them a pass. See, you got to understand something. It's not just in their culture, it's in their demonic spirits. These are demons posing as human beings. So I don't look at them as fellow human beings because you don't see my people as human. No, hell no. So he goes on to say he will be remembered for all his positive impacts on millions. Okay. If white America wants to remember him for that, and you Sambo ass Negro, you can remember for that for all you want. But those are my people that are in our right frame of mind know your legacy is going to be exactly what you left it as, referring to Black Americans. You refer to us as the N-word with the hard ER. I don't care which ER you use, or A, but that's what you think of our people. So that's what we're going to remember you as, an enemy of our people. Something to hold up and show little black children and say, look, son, daughter, this is an example of something that hated our people, that was marketed to our people as if it was a wholesome thing or a wholesome person. Yes, he's going to be something, all right. It's not going to be what you said there, you buck dancing Sam, bro. Okay, it ain't going to be that. It's going to be exactly what I said for anybody that's got sense, that understand that you teach your little black children not to be worshiping or revering people that hate them, okay? So yeah, I want y'all to watch out for this Negro. And I ain't telling nobody how to run their egg spaces. They can do what they want on their platform. But you better watch it when you see people with that type of mindset in these egg spaces. So for all of you that be tagging me and stuff and inviting me to stuff, nah, man, don't invite me to no shit where you got some son of a bitch that sound like this up here misusing religion, and you so damn slave-minded that you don't have sense enough to recognize a threat towards our people. See, before we get further into this, let me let y'all understand something. As a foundational Black American freedman man, I understand what my natural position is supposed to be as protector and provider of my people. And you cannot protect your people if you don't have common sense enough to recognize what a threat is. Fact of business, anybody that thinks like this, that's Black, male or female, you are a liability to foundational Black American freedmen, because your ignorant ass will sit up here and allow yourself to be manipulated by your supposed faith and allow threats in among us that harm us. But see, you got to understand something, Damian Thaddeus Jones. You can't show me your white counterpart that's just as forgiving as you are of Black people that hadn't done any wrong. You can't show me your white counterpart that would allow a threat in, or what they perceive to be a threat amongst the white community. Where's the white counterpart of Reverend Damian Thaddeus Jones that runs to his people and tell them to forgive Black people? We need to atone for what we've done and get reparations and the anti-Black hate crime bill. This system of white supremacy is wrong. Where's your white counterpart doing all that? Where's your white counterpart that came and advocated for justice for Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Aiyana Jones, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Freddie Gray, Well, where's your white counterpart to come out and do that? So you see, the point that I'm making is these compromised, weak-minded Negroes, y'all better cut ties with these types of people, man. These people are dangerous. These are the ones that, whether they believe what they're saying or not, that they will be the ones that the white supremacists know that they can use to compromise us and destroy anything we try to build. You understand? See, this was the type of Negro. Let me go ahead and go here. I've said it many times, and I'm not the only one to say it. When we left those plantations, man, everybody shouldn't have come with us. And this is one of the Negroes that if we were on them plantations, he's probably descended from people that told the slave master what people was trying to escape, because he was able to be manipulated by a so-called faith, air quotes, that he believes in. Nah, man, This is not a harmless crime. So, yeah, I want y'all to remember who this is. And look, he ain't the only one. I just picked him tonight because that's the perfect example of misuse of religion and somebody being stupid enough to allow their faith, or what they think is their faith, to have them advocating for somebody that wants your people dead and wouldn't spit on you to put you out if you was on fire. Hell no, that is not normal. That is not what a normal person does in order to be a good Christian or anybody of any faith. That doesn't mean you have to be a damn fool. Hell no. I don't call anything that's demonic my fellow brother or sister. I don't call anything that looks at any of us as less than human my brother or sister. You can't be. That's not what the Most High teaches us to do. You understand? So y'all better take that to heart. If you see this buck dancing sambo in any of these spaces, you can do what you want to do. But I'm telling you now, don't invite me to nothing that you got this bastard here and people like him in. I don't play that shit. All right. So now we're going to analyze some more things about the departed. May he be ragged food, okay, for all eternity. Rest in peace to him. That they called Hulk Hogan and the man known as Terry Bolea. We're going to be stopping this where need be to make certain points. Let's get into it.
Our first story looks at the world mourns Hulk Hogan as details emerge on Hogan's final days. At top of today's news is the death of wrestling and pop culture icon Hulk Hogan at the age of 71 and the worldwide outpouring of grief from people whose life Hogan touched. More details have emerged on Hulk Hogan's last days, as it's been reported in the Observer newsletter that he'd been having major health issues from complications after neck surgery on 14th May.
Let's pause it right here and let's just go ahead and deal with this. Okay, so, they're talking about Terry Bolea, okay, may he rest in peace, was having complications after neck surgery, okay? Well, see, let me go ahead and say something. The white supremacists are really not going. It's probably going to be the most disliked program I've ever done. Ask me, do I give a fuck about that? I absolutely do not. Perhaps that's the ancestors making sure that you pay for everything that you've said and done, because we don't even know all the vile shit that he's done to Black people. Yeah, we heard about that promotion, that so-called beer he had, that, the Black girl that he was high-fiving, she was Black, you fired her. But see, what about all the vile shit you've done to black people that we don't know nothing about? Or maybe this was the ancestors dealing with you here because, see, think about it, right? The irony is he died on the anniversary of his anti-black racist tirade. Oh, don't you tell me the ancestors not working on you anti-black racists. They getting your asses up out of here. You don't have to believe me. Look at how many of you are checking out of here. And by the way, rest in peace also to Ozzy Osbourne. You bat-eating son of a bitch, you. Fuck you and your entire family. I'm that guy. Yes, I am. Hello, how you doing, motherfucker? I'm not the respectful motherfucker to anybody that have a hatred for our people. And I don't want to hear that, well, I don't want to become like them. Let me tell you something, man. I don't have to be like them in order to say, hey, I'm going to hand you the same amount of compassion that you hand my people. If you handed my people zero compassion, I hand you the same thing. Again, I am a foundational Black American freedman man that is in my right frame of mind. And I have sense enough not to show compassion for people that don't show it towards our people. We're going to let this continue, though, because we've got more to get into regarding the vile, demonic Hulk Hogan.
Bubba the Love Sponge for weeks had talked about him being in a coma or near death. His friends like Eric Bischoff, Jimmy Hart, and wife Sky Daly had tried to downplay the situation publicly. Now, the report states that the two-time WWE Hall of Famer was treated in Tampa General Hospital for renal failure and fluid overload and severe chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. The story quotes a source close to the situation that basically what happened with Hulk is that they took him out of the hospital and made a hospital in his house as there wasn't much left they could do. TMZ Sports broke the story on Thursday, saying a video of the scene outside of Hogan's residence shows responders desperately trying to save his life as he was transported to an ambulance. In the clip, several paramedics appear to be conducting chest compressions as Hogan is wheeled to the emergency vehicle. Cops tell us officials responded to the call at 9:51 a.m. and Hogan was treated by Clearwater Fire and Rescue personnel before being taken to a nearby hospital.
So let's pause it right here, family, because I want to put something on your minds tonight, okay? Yeah, let's put something on your minds tonight. How many of you have heard the phrase that health is wealth? I'd like to know that. How many of you gathered in my chat room over here tonight have heard the phrase that health is wealth? Okay, I'm going to pose the question to you. You see, anti-black racism and white supremacy is evil from the pit of hell, okay? If you practice this and you bind your spirit to that, white supremacists listen to this broadcast. How do you know that it's not having a detrimental effect on your physical health? Okay. Perhaps this is what led to his early demise. Look, see, think about how badly they age. Oh, yeah, we're going here with all of you tonight. I don't think that's just recessive genes that you have. Oh, no. That's your vile anti-black racism that ages you so fast and so rapidly and leads to your rapid deterioration right there. Because see, think about it. There are some white people that don't age like that. Very few and far between. But it must beckon the question, perhaps the most evil amongst them shrivel up and pass away like that from all that internalized evil, okay? Perhaps that's what led to his early demise. Oh, yeah, I told you. They ain't gonna like this one tonight. We going here. Let's let it continue.
Hulk Hogan's daughter Brooke Hogan also shares her last words with her dad. Hulk Hogan's daughter Brooke is letting the world know about the last time she spoke with her famous father. TMZ Sports reported, our sources say the last time they spoke was 2 weeks before Hulk married Sky Daly in September 2023. During that final phone call, we're told Brooke expressed deep love and concern for her father, telling him she didn't think he should be working so hard given his declining health. The TMZ report suggests that the two had a strained relationship, noting Brooke's husband even made multiple efforts to mend the relationship, including reaching out when Brooke nearly died during childbirth. But Hulk responded coldly and never made any effort to meet Brooke's kids. Our sources say he ultimately only wanted a relationship with her under his terms.
Oh, let's deal with this, because now we're going to slightly deter from looking at his foul anti-black racist demeanor towards our people. You see, family, I know that I must be right about what happened with his health, holding all that vile anti-black racism and those white supremacist sentiments inside, rotted this bastard from the inside out. And this is why he is where he is now, where he belongs, okay, as the rest of you white supremacists are going, because the universe is dealing with you as we speak. But see, you think about it, family. I guarantee you, with the comments that I read to you, where he was making that statement about his daughter, he probably has been carrying that or had been carrying that around all that time. Never able to forgive your daughter because she happened to be dealing with or dating a black man. Boy. Look how that turned out for you. You were so cold-hearted and held that evil, demonic, white supremacist grudge against your own daughter, flesh of your flesh, blood of your blood, that you didn't even want to meet her kids, even when it says that her and her husband, she almost died during childbirth. See, look, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to make the case for why this motherfucker ain't human at all. Everybody, and heaven forbid you ever have to deal with something like this, but everybody in here that's a parent, you're going to have ups and downs. You might have a falling out with your child here or there. But as long as neither one of you tried to kill one another, you would think that if there was some close call, the parent in you, the father or the mother, will have you reach out to your child because you're a human being and they always a part of you. But see, it doesn't work like that when you're pure evil. A white supremacist posing as a human being like Terry Bolea, aka Hulk Hogan. No, you're not capable of doing that. Because while you look at black people as less than human, and that's ironic, the most compassionate people in this country and arguably on this planet, because we help everybody and they turn on us. We help people when we don't even have it to give to people. And you look at my people as less than human when you don't have any compassion for your own daughter after she almost died during childbirth. Oh, no, you're not going to tell me that I'm supposed to respect this. Oh, no, look. Watch this. How many of my people in here are parents to black children, even if they're grown? I want to see some. How many of my people in this audience here are parents to black children? I got a question I want to ask you, okay? Give a thumbs up if you are a parent to a black child here. I don't care what age they are. Because I know my brother Black Voltron is father to a daughter. Because I got to ask a question for anybody that's a parent to a black child. I need to see something, okay? I'm going to ask this question. I'm waiting on all the parents in here to sign off on me. This is your time because I got a question to ask y'all, right? Hey, I'm seeing some people signed off. Hey, I'm going to wait till a couple more of y'all signed off. Okay? But the question that I want to know is this, all right? So here's my question to y'all. All of you that are black parents in here, regardless of what happened with your child, as long as they didn't try to take your life or do anything evil towards you, if your child on bended knee, humbled themselves and said, Mother, Father, listen, I know that I was wrong and I apologize for this, but I need your help right now. I don't have nobody else I can turn to. But I need help right now. And you're the only person I can turn to. How many of you would turn your children away? I mean, you would turn your children away. I want to see some, right? Because see, I'm asking this question for a reason. Because I know the white supremacists over here listening. I'm finna make a solid point over here tonight that's going to show you forever the demarcation between foundational black American freedmen and non-FBA people that's in their right frame of mind and you white supremacists. How many of you would turn your child away under those circumstances? They pleading with you. You think about it. You saw this little life coming to the world, whether it's a son or a daughter, and you nourished them and raised them up. If they came to you in earnestness and seeking your help, would you turn them away? Because see, the only way that you would be able to turn them away, you would have to be like the demonic white supremacists, which is why so many of them grow up to do the vile things they do and commit the crimes that they do. See, if you really get down to the bottom of it, they always talk about fatherlessness in the black community. Well, hell, here's the sad thing about you white supremacists. Some of you come up in two-parent households and your parents ain't worth two dead flies put together because both of them are rotten to the core and evil. And then that's what you become a product of. And you come out here and interject that into society and become some of the worst criminals ever. Where you think these serial killers, that when you look at their background, their profile, a lot of them, if you ask them about their family situation, they admit it. They didn't come from no stable families. They come from alcoholics, abusers, etc., etc. Okay? So now see the difference between us as foundational black Americans. We always have love for those who are our children and family members. If they come to us in need, we put that aside. And I'm telling you now, in the times ahead, that's the only people we're supposed to have grace for is each other. That's right. The only people we're supposed to have grace for right now is each other, not them. Especially when they've exhibited, they have a hatred for our people and we hadn't done them nothing. I could almost understand if you had an argument, because see, think about it. The question that none of the white supremacists that's telling us we supposed to respect Hulk Hogan, now that he's gone, okay, resting in peace where he's supposed to, nobody, none of them, because they will have to be human being to ask this question. None of them have said, okay, well, Hulk Hogan, what did these people do to you when you was alive for you to hate black people so much? Because it's got to be deeper than just the fact that your daughter was dating one on, what the hell did black people ever do to you? Many black people were responsible for your popularity because it wasn't just white people that was cheering him on in the 80s, etc. He had fans of every different demographic and nationality. And I know definitely a lot of them were black people. Hell, I was one of them as a black child. But I remember the day that I found out about that, I was like, oh, no, sir. No, let me tell you something. There's some deal breakers with your brother. I don't care who you are. If I found out you have a hatred for my people, oh, no, it's fuck you and everything you stand for. I can immediately do an about face, cold turkey. I don't have to be thinking about it or kind of, well, I kind of like it and all. Fuck all of that. Nope, not at all. And see, again, my point is this. We are not like you white supremacists. We have love for our children to the point that we will go out of our way to make sure that they're okay. Because, see, we understand that whether we live to be 1,000 and they live to be 200-300 years old, we still are their parents. And our job is to love our children, even if they become grown or what have you. Always supposed to be there for your child, okay? And I thank God that I come from a family like that. And I can call my old man up right now, my family members, man, anything I need, hey, they would be there for me, okay? There's never going to be any situation in my family, and many of you in this chat room, where you can't turn to your family. Now, you think about this old degenerate demon that has deceased now. Somebody tell you your daughter almost died, and you still can't get that evil and that hatred out your heart to say, you know what? Hey, you know what? Let me just leave that in the past. I got to be there for my child. You know what I'm saying? Now's the time for a new start. At least, you know what I'm saying, be there to make sure she okay. You didn't even do that. But this is what they telling us we supposed to respect. So I'm showing you how even towards his own family, he's not worthy of respect. And you damn sure can't call yourself a man nor a father, and I'm not going to call you a human being. Let's let it continue.
Brooke reportedly learned of her dad's departure after her brother Nick texted her and said she's at peace because she got to say I love you when she last spoke with her dad. But the wrestling world is now reacting to Hulk Hogan's departure, with current and past superstars joining the conversation. Obviously, while we can't include everyone's comments, here are some notable ones, including Vince McMahon, who's now broken his long Twitter silence, mourning the passing of the Hulkster. The world lost a treasure today. Hulk Hogan was the greatest WWE superstar of all time, so
Now, I want you to see all these names that they finna show that made all these heartfelt tributes to him, and that's gonna be making tributes to him tomorrow night, I'm sure. I want you to see these names because, see, by the way, don't think it's lost upon us, Vince McMahon, that you yourself should have been getting the Diddler treatment. Oh, you remember that? Ain't nobody raiding Vince McMahon homes. It's been quietly swept under the rug. They ain't said nothing about these things that he's been accused of, why he ain't getting the Diddler treatment. I think we know why, though. And see, this vile anti-black racist man, his entire family, all you have to do to understand, those of us that are in right frame of mind, those of us that can separate our childhood memories and then come here as adults that are well informed on the system of racism and white supremacy, when you think back to what the WWF's now WWE is, every character that was a black person, you either goofy comic relief, you either some over-the-top exaggerated stereotype. Even for you continental Africans, you tell us, remember how Kamala, the Ugandan giant, all of this stuff right here. Let me tell you something, man. I'm going to do something that's going to shock a lot of y'all. Y'all probably going to be like, man, have you gone crazy? Oh, yeah, I'm finna show you something. I'm going to say something right now. A lot of you not going to understand why I'm saying it till I explain it. I thank Vince McMahon. I thank the McMahon family. I really do. Now, why do I thank them? Oh, yes, I thank them. I thank you, Vince McMahon, because you, being a billionaire in charge of the World Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling Entertainment, whatever you want to call it, I thank you because you are a billionaire white supremacist, and all of those characters that you created and had black people portray themselves as, that's a microcosm how the greater majority of your people actually think about black folks. So you got to understand what Vince McMahon is. Yes, I said what he is. He is not a human being. What he is a wealthy billionaire that is a white supremacist that says, hey, all of this fucked up shit in my head that I think about black people, I'm in a position where I can have them portray it on screen to let you know. To see, you got to understand all them characters, that's what they see us as in their mind. So I thank him for putting that on the world stage now that we're all grown adults and can analyze this like adults and understand that, oh, this is what you really see our people as. Because see, even today, when you look at what wrestling has become, this company in particular here, WWE, it is still a minstrel show for black characters. Any black character that they have, you either got to be the buck dance and sambo, you got to be comic relief, you got to be a jobber. You can't be nothing that black people and black children look up to. Definitely if you're foundational black American freedmen. Now, they'll let some that are non-LPA get to a certain point, but there's still a cap on that. Huh? See, ask yourself this. I know that they put the belt on some black champions because, like I said, I've watched it here or there or what have you. I've seen that. But one thing you can't say, they don't really invest in them with the same amount of storyline that they would a Caucasian character. The closest you can say to that would be The Rock, and he's half Samoan, okay? He don't really identify as black either. If you're watching the current iteration of that product with that company, you notice they're pushing a lot of Samoans because I posit to you this. A lot of the reason why they're doing that is not that all of them are such great wrestlers or all of them are great on a microphone or all of them are marketable where they can sell a product because it is a business. No, I posit to you this. They want people that can emulate our culture, but they don't want the real thing. Because, see, you got to understand something. Vince McMahon being a part and parcel of one of the most important components of white supremacy, the system of entertainment. If you're not familiar with that, go and look up the 9 areas of people activity that Neely Fuller Jr. spoke about. Entertainment is a very important part of the white supremacist structure. Now, you may say, how so, GBS? Entertainment is just having fun. It's a way to relax. No, that's the way you, my fellow foundational black American brother or sister, may look at it. Or my fellow non-LBA brother or sister. That's the way you might look at it. To white supremacists, entertainment as everything in their system, and you better listen to me if you're a young black person, it is used to send a message to their people beyond entertainment. We're the one looking at it thinking that it's entertainment. They're not. Oh, no, they are not. Salute to the good brother Latrabia Lawson for the cash out. Oh, no, it is conditioning. So you better understand, whether it's Superman, Batman, or whoever, that's meant to inculcate and indoctrinate a certain mentality into their children. Hey, a strong, brave white man to look up to, or a strong, brave white woman to look up to. But you think about the counterpart for the little black boy or the little black girl, we often don't have that. Even today, whether it's in movies or anything like this that's scripted, I'm going to tell you why they know they can't portray that image. Because, see, they understand that if you show little black boys and black girls that they have actual heroes and icons that look like them that they can look up to, that's not somebody's comic relief or got to be saved by a white person that's actually in a respectable and commanding position, do you not understand how that inspires people? I want all of you in here to think back to when you were children, at whatever it was that inspired you to become the person you are today, whether it's in whatever profession you in or whatever business you own, anything that you've ever done in your life. You think about what inspired you to become that. Now you think about a constant stream of positive images to little black boys and little black girls. You don't know what those little precious gems in your household could become. See, I come from a family that always fed me of any interest that I had, and they made sure for me to understand what we come from, okay? So all the achievements, accomplishment that I have, I thank my parents and my grandparents and extended family for always investing in me and valuing me enough for me to understand that and be where I am today. I wouldn't change anything about how my family is and my upbringing, okay? I get it, everybody's situation is not the same, but that's how it was for me and probably many of you. Many of you try to foster that environment with the children that you bring up. So I'm just explaining why those images are so important because, see, for anybody that think I'm reaching, why do you think they fight so damn hard when any fictional character, if they put a black person in it and then, or if they change that person, you know, that was traditionally black to traditionally white to somebody black. Now, I will be honest. When it comes to that, I'm going to tell you why I don't like that. We should create our own black characters. We shouldn't have to be swapping characters with them because we are a creative people. We can create our own heroes and characters, okay? And shout out to the brother from Black Sands Entertainment for doing just that. That brother has a comic book where he's got black characters in it. It's many others, too, that are doing this work. So shout out to them because instead of whining about them putting us on or creating things. We have the ability today with all this technology and the resources and know-how we have to do it for ourselves so that we can give young foundational Black American freedmen children and non-LBA children heroes to look up to that look like them, that don't have to be some bumbling buffoon, okay? We are more than just the criminals they portray us as, or you got to be the hard thug and all this other stuff. You got to come from a disadvantaged situation. Do we have that in our society? Yes, but that's not the whole of who Black people are. So you better ask yourself a question, even in wrestling, that's scripted. Why is it that they go out of their way to never show an upstanding foundational Black American freedman, woman, or man? And let's talk about the wrestlers with the women. Yes, I love attractive women as much as everybody, but you notice they have all of them on there that you got to have your ass cheeks hanging out and all of this. And I'm like, no, man, I respect the athletic ability of any sport where our women competing in. As a heterosexual man, sure, I love to look at it, but that's not all our women are. Okay, so that's for the women's end of it, okay? But as a whole, the reason why they can't show us that, they are wholly invested into the indoctrination, and it's got to be 24/7 to show you your place in society, that you always supposed to be beneath white people, and you supposed to be okay with it. Just like they were telling us we supposed to be okay with this anti-Black racist passing, and just never mind that. That's just what he was saying. Now you're gonna mourn with us? Hell no, fuck you and him. You're not gonna condition my free mind to thinking that I'm supposed to honor somebody that hate my people. I'm just not gonna do it. Just not gonna do it. So see, this conditioner, as far as like the World Wrestling Entertainment Company is concerned, and where they always have the Black characters in lesser roles, that's designed to get into your little Black children's heads that, yeah, this is where you're supposed to be. Now, some people might say, well, I don't know, brother. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure, because you think about where's the counter programming to it. You think about all forms of entertainment media, okay, that we can visually see. Where is there a counterpart where they're showing little Black boys and little Black girls something to look up to that they can aspire to be, other than being some sidekick for a white person or some white person's comic relief, huh? And see, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I really just, boy, I guess they'll do anything for money, but I don't see how a lot of the Black wrestlers or melanated wrestlers can just succumb to that and just agree to, like, okay, you got to always be somebody's flunky in order for you to fit into that universe. But like I say, some people don't understand the value of things. Some people don't have any integrity, and they can be bought easily. Let's let it continue.
Someone who was loved and admired around the world. He was a trailblazer, the first performer who transitioned from being a wrestling star into a global phenomenon. His grit and unbridled thirst for success was unparalleled and only made him the consummate performer. He gave everything he had to the audience, whom he appreciated, respected, and loved. He leaves us with one of his favorite expressions: train, take your vitamins, and say your prayers. Today, we pray for him. Stone Cold Steve Austin, who almost had a legendary match with Hulk Hogan, also took to Instagram saying, Hulk Hogan was born to be a professional wrestler, larger than life, charisma for days. He was in the stratosphere all on his own. His contributions are immense. His influence will be forever. Hulkmania lives on. My condolences to his family and loved ones.
Okay, so now you hear what Stone Cold Steve Austin had to say. Now, again, here's the line of demarcation. See, white folks that's listening to this, like I said, we're going to tell you the truth over here. You always talking about, oh, this is dividing us. Well, when have we ever been together as people? Because, see, you better understand what they mean when they say that shit. We've told you for years on this platform, and many others have told you. When these people say things, it doesn't mean the same thing that we think it means. No. The double entendre of that is, when they tell you that we're divided and we should all be together, yeah, we're supposed to be together as long as you're in a subjugated state up under us. As long as you're comfortable being disrespected, as long as you're comfortable being deprived of rights and resources, oh, we're supposed to all be together like that. But now, as far as we being on equal footing, oh, no, that's divisive. No. See, you got to understand, that's what they mean when they're telling you that you being divisive. When you speak like I speak and you address these issues, they want us to be unified under them in mental subjugation and physical subjugation if they can get that out of us. You better believe, man, that if they thought we was going to go back on them plantations today, oh, man, they would quickly enact that. But I got to say something to you, white folks. This is going to shock some of y'all. It's a lot of Sambozos here that's, they showing you that they're mentally colonized and they're right for the picking. So see, listen, I want you to try some, white folks, okay? Because look, I'm talking about the good old boys. I ain't talking about you little fence riders and half steppers. No. I'm talking about the true to the game, shouting up, dying, and the worldwide supremacists. I want you to go to all these niggas that's sitting up here mourning Hulk Hogan's racist ass and go ahead and just come on out and say it. Because you know you want to say it, mostly the black people. Go ahead and present them the proposition of coming back onto a plantation and watch these little buck dancing sambos hop in line, because they'll do anything for your validation and your admiration. They'll do it. I'm telling you, listen, to make America great again, you can actually have it. Because they don't have any self-respect. They don't care anything about being free-minded black people. Those are your slaves right there. Everybody that's mourning this bastard right here, that's who you can get to get back on your plantations. You can have it your way. You can finally have it the way you've always dreamed about having it. Go ahead and seek that out of them. But I'll tell you what you ain't going to get. You ain't going to get it from those of us that's gathered over here on this platform. Because we can say you go to hell with gasoline drawers on and everybody else that has them sentiments. Let it continue.
The Rock, who famously fought the Hulkster at WrestleMania 18, posted a long message on Instagram, but this is an excerpt that follows. Rest in peace, Terry Bolea, aka the immortal Hulk Hogan. To the millions of kids, you were a childhood hero, myself included.
Oh, looky here. Dwayne The Rock, I don't identify as Black Johnson. Oh, shit. Well, Dwayne. Damn. Oh, say it ain't so. The closest thing we had to a so-called black champion that never called himself black. Oh, see, look. Let me tell you something. I'm harping on this for a reason, because now you see why I'm glad we have delineation in full swing. Just because you melanated like us doesn't mean you're black. Because look at the mentality. No self-respecting black person would be going out here making no stand. And look, The Rock's in a position where he doesn't have to do this. Let me show you how much he doesn't respect his black father, who's Canadian, by the way. Okay? I'm going to show you how much he doesn't respect his black father. You don't have to work for the WWE. This man will never run out of money for his entirety of his life unless he just piss it away and burn it all up. You're in a position where even if you know what I'm saying, thought that they were going to reach out to you, you can say, well, no, I'm just not going to say anything. No, you come out and show them that you still willing to play ball, which goes to show you that he more identifies with them folks than us. Because see, how in the world could you have a black father, even though he's not FBA, how in the world could you have a black father and you just overlook all that bullshit? Really? So all that stuff he said, never mind, huh? You see what I'm saying, family? And see, this is why I'm so glad that so many of them telling us they're not black, because you're not. You're not. Black people are proud of who we are. We respect our ancestors and our elders, and we don't just overlook something like this. Hell no. That day is gone. But like I said before, white folks, you want your plantation Negroes? I'm showing you here. Hey, I'm doing you a service tonight. You can go and round them up. Go get Michael Irvin. I saw his punk ass. Go get every one of these black wrestlers that's caping for this racist bastard. Go ahead. Look, I know what I'm saying is far-fetched, white supremacists, because I'm talking to you. It's not. They love you just that much. I'm telling you. And look, please get them away from us. We don't want these motherfuckers nowhere near us that think like this. No. They need to go belong to you. They want to be your pets. Listen, your orange man is round up the illegal aliens. These are the motherfuckers you can put to work on your farms. Go ahead and get them. They'll be glad to do it. All you got to do is tell them how smart they are, how much harder they work. You know what I'm saying? Tell them how much they're not like us, because they really are not like us. Oh, they are not. Yes, pun intended. They are not like us. You can go get these to be your slaves, okay? They're mentally colonized. You must understand something. I get it, white supremacists. You probably think that what I'm saying is just to be facetious. No, I'm not. You should well know that once you colonize the mind, the body shall soon follow. So I'm telling you, keep a list of all the black people that are mourning him. These are the black people that you can openly disrespect. You can spit in their faces publicly. Yes, I'm saying it. They don't have any personal pride. Oh, we going here tonight? I told you. Nah, we're not going to do all that Grey Poupon bullshit over here. Fuck that. We don't do that on this goddamn channel. You go get these silly, goofy ass, non-self-respect having, dishonorable Negroes that's sitting up here honoring this man. There's your slaves right here in 2025. You can round them all up. Hell, you ain't even got to put chains on them. They'll come willingly. Because they've shown you right now that they're mentally colonized and they value your admiration and your validation more than they do anything black. Let's let it continue.
The Rock recalled his interactions with Hulk as a 12-year-old fan at Madison Square Garden, then fast-forwarded to the epic Icon vs. Icon battle at 2002 Showcase of the Immortals, concluding with, "From deep in my bones on behalf of this wild and crazy world of professional wrestling that we love, I say to you now and forever, thank you for the house, brother, thank you for the house." Hulk's longtime on-air rival and real-life friend Ric Flair tweeted, "I'm absolutely shocked to hear about the passing of my close friend Hulk Hogan. Hulk has been by my side since we started in the wrestling business. An incredible athlete, talent, friend, and father. Our friendship has meant the world to me. He was always there for me, even when I didn't ask for him to be. He was one of the first to visit me when I was in hospital with a 2% chance of living, and he prayed by my bedside. Hulk also lent me money when Reed was sick. Hulkster, no one will ever compare to you. Rest in peace, my friend."
Oh, we got to deal with you, Nature Boy. Yeah, Nate. Yeah, old Nature's they call you. We got to deal with you. Yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. Look, let me tell you something. Like I said, coming up in the South, watching wrestling was a big thing. And I remember growing up, my first introduction or experience with wrestling as a foundational Black American Freedmen child in the South, it was with the AWA days and the NWA days. So that's what I, kind of caught when first, well before the WWF. And then kind of slowly started watching the WWF. But see, I remember you, Nature Boy. I'm going to admit something to you. Before I found out about his anti-black racism, and shout out to Teddy Long for being a stand-up brother and calling that shit out. Much respect to you, Mr. Teddy Long. Okay? Before I found out about his anti-black racism, let me tell you something, man. A lot of black people respected Ric Flair. A lot of people respected the Four Horsemen and what they stood for, okay? And a lot of people really did, even though this was scripted wrestling, the image of what they stood for as far as being a collective, people that strive to be the best at what they were doing in the wrestling industry, even though this was scripted, these things meant a lot to little black kids. Hey, me and my cousins used to say, okay, yeah, this is kind of how we're going to model ourselves. You know what I'm saying? As kids, you know what we thinking. You know what I'm saying? We like, yeah, okay, whatever we doing, we're going to be the best at it. And then fast forward to adulthood and finding out about the bullshit that he has said towards our people. You tell Mr. Teddy Long, hey, nigga, you like working here, huh? Oh, man, for me, hey, man, fuck everything. Throw it all in the trash. See, what I'm saying right now, a lot of white supremacists don't understand how, as a black person, you can say this. Again, I'm in my right frame of mind. I'm not crazy enough to hold on to some nostalgic memory and make me overlook your anti-black racism. No, the whole fucking thing can go. The memories with my family, sure, I'll keep that. But as far as respecting you, no. And see, what I'm telling you right now, that's their worst nightmare. You better understand what I'm saying to you on this microphone. They do not want the rest of you adopting this mindset. See, if the greater majority of our people thought like this, they would be in real trouble. They would be in real trouble because we would immediately cast away anything that had an illusion of being for us and saying, oh, nope, it's a zero tolerance for that. I'm going to say it again. This is where I respect the Jewish community. I absolutely do, because they will not let you under any circumstances disparage their faith or disrespect their people. And then you turn around and tell them they're supposed to have empathy and mourn them people. Think about it. When have you ever seen a Jewish person, or they told a Jewish person, oh, you got to respect these Nazis over here that used to violate and kill and destroy your people? Have they ever told the Jewish people to do that? When have they ever chastised or told the Jewish people, hey, you need to go ahead and forgive Kyrie Irving, who only tweeted a link? Where do people running over there telling the Jewish community to do that? So see, what I'm saying is you're not going to be telling foundational Black American freedmen to accept disrespect either. I respect the Jewish community for that, and rightly so. Even though I don't agree with everything they're saying, But that's the right mindset you have when somebody collectively disrespects your people. It's fuck them and everything they stand for. And you make sure that not only do you have that mindset, you let your children know, oh, nope, this is a bridge too far. When somebody does this, we cut them off, okay? That's what a healthy, common sense mind does when you respect yourself and your people. So for me, I found out about this bastard here, and you see where he at, looking like he got one foot in the grave. You next, Nate. Oh, don't mourn Hulk Hogan too much. You next. Oh, you next. Yes, the Byron Goldberg's turn of phrase. You will be next. It won't be long, buddy. Oh, it won't be long. So you ain't got long to miss him. You going where he going to, and you can rest and piss off. So let's let it continue.
A current WWE Chief Content Officer and former superstar Triple H also tweeted a heartfelt message on his Twitter. JBL also tweeted, "One of the reasons I got into wrestling, Hulk was always so nice to me and was one of the celebrity that wanted to see all the kids I brought over from Bermuda. Rest in peace, legend. There will never be another. Hulkamania never dies." Sadly, the only remaining member of the OG NWO stable is Kevin Nash, and he took to Twitter to say, "I lost another brother. Icon doesn't even touch it. Rest in power, my friend. NWO for life and beyond."
Oh, this is a good listen right here, because I heard a lot of people giving Kevin Nash praise for saying certain things, but see, I'm going to tell you why I love this time that we in, family. This is a time now where you're not going to go long periods of time being deceived by anything unless you choose to. Ignorance is a willful choice today in this day and age. This is a lesson to show you that in the end, these are all white folks, okay? They no matter what you think that they've said or what disposition you think they may have as far as, oh, Kevin Nash is not like that. He likes black people. Oh, you do, huh? Okay. You refer to him as your brother. So if you say that, and y'all know this is where I go with this is why I don't call everybody a brother or sister as a black man in America, because that's a familiar term. So for me, Kevin Nash, if you calling him a brother, you hadn't been caught saying nothing like that. But hey, maybe y'all did shout some good old nigga jokes when you was in your downtime and no other black wrestlers was around. Well, hell, maybe some was around. Let me not say that. Oh no, because some of these Sambos here, oh yeah, hey, you remember Vince McMahon, that segment? Oh, what's up, man, nigga? Running around in a fucking do-rag and the black wrestler Booker T sitting there in front of him and the rest of that. Look, you would think that most of the white wrestlers would be like, nah, I'm not participating in this. You can fire me or whatever. No, they're not doing that. No. So if you call him a brother, I have to be led to believe that that's the way you think. Oh, yeah. See, so this is a good lesson, man. Don't let them fool you with all that cool talking as if they actually respect black people. No. Hell no. Nah, so I'm glad that he came out and tweeted that. Let's let it continue.
The WWE announcer Michael Cole spoke with ESPN Sports Center and mentioned Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon created sports entertainment. There's a reason that Netflix and Peacock and USA Network are bringing our shows on a weekly basis because of what they created back in the 80s, taking this small regional promotion and turned it into this global juggernaut. Sadly, it was Eric Bischoff who found out about Hulk's passing in the most heartbreaking way possible. The man who brought in the Hulkster to WCW in the mid-90s revealed he learned of Hogan's passing whilst he was watching Fox News. Bischoff discussed the difference between Hulk Hogan and Terry Bolea. "I feel like I knew Terry Bolea. He was different from Hulk Hogan. He was kind and generous to a fault. He was loyal, he had a big heart, but until you got to know Terry Bolea, you were overwhelmed by Hulk Hogan."
Oh, really, Eric Bischoff? Okay, so see now, let's address this, family. Because again, this is the fantasy that they have in their heads. I can't even say fantasy. It's reality to them. Oh, he was so kind and helpful. And, oh, hey, he was this great person. And look, let me tell you something. You have some silly black folks that they think that a person is not a white supremacist if they give you a job. Man, white supremacists in all these corporations give a nigga a job because that benefit them. That doesn't mean they give a damn about you or your family or anything about black America. So, hey, to them, oh, he was this perfect white guy, especially if he was an anti-black racist. Oh, of course he was a great white guy. Let's see, like I said, man, we don't know what this bastard has done to black people that we may not never find out about, or it might come out now that he's finally gone. We don't know how he treated black people. Like I said, even his fellow wrestlers that were white complained about what he did to them in the business, but I don't give two fucks about that. That's their business. We talking about him in relation to our community. That's all I care about is what you did to my people. That's the only thing I give a damn about. Nah, it's personal for me. It's deeply personal for me because like I said, man, little black children was cheering for you. You didn't care nothing about them. You know what? I wonder what if anybody stepped to him when he was alive and asked him like, hey, man, you know, this how you feel about little black kids? Just imagine what he probably said. Y'all heard how you referred to us? That's somebody that don't look at you as a human being at all. Huh? But you got the Michael Rappaports out here and these buck dancing sambos talking about we supposed to have all this grace and empathy for this fucking demon. No, good riddance, motherfucker. May you rot in hell.
Throughout his life, he struggled with faith and sometimes got closer to it than others. But in the last 6 or 8 years in particular, he really got so much closer to his faith. He was so proud to go through that baptism. It brought joy to him, and I'm very grateful for that.
Again, this is the shit right here they use to play with silly Negroes' minds that don't really understand what's in the Bible and let the misuse of religion allow them to be manipulated. This crap right here talking about religion. Again, what God are you serving that tells you that it's okay to talk like that about my people? Yeah, we gonna go here. Huh? Because see, for the silly Negroes that give them a pass, okay, cool. You want to sit there and let white people abuse you and think of you as less than and you still worship the ground they walk on? Hey, I'm gonna say it again. White supremacists, go get your Negroes. They don't belong to us. Them your people. You finally got the pets that you want. Go ahead and get you some leashes. Walk up to him and be like, look, I claim you, nigger. Go ahead and put the leash on his neck and lead his ass back to your home and put him wherever you're gonna put him. Get these motherfuckers out from amongst us because the rest of us do not think that way.
But not only that, Sylvester Stallone commented on Hogan's legacy. The man
Another hardcore anti-black racist. Maybe his time won't be too far off either, okay? Yeah. Hey, think about it. Anti-black racists of a feather flock together. Oh, man. I am not surprised nor shocked that he would be sending condolences to this bastard. We've all heard the stories about Sylvester Stallone over the years, calling black folks the hard ER, a lot of his behavior towards black people. Huh? So yeah, let's hear what he has to say about it.
who shared the screen with him in Rocky 3, as well as inducting him to the WWE Hall of Fame. Hulk hit it big in the movies, pro wrestling and reality TV, and Sly says Hogan was smarter than meets the eye and a great entrepreneur who endured a lot of pain and injuries, never complaining, only preserving and being as pleasant as possible to anyone he came across. Of course, Hogan was also a huge supporter of US President Donald Trump, and Donald Trump also made a tribute saying Hulk Hogan was MAGA all the way, strong, tough, smart, but with the biggest heart. He gave an absolute electric speech at the Republican National Convention that was one of the highlights in the entire week.
Okay, so now you heard that, right? Now let's deal with that last part that we reviewed there, because see, for the Negroes that are actually calling out this anti-black racist, okay, and you see his words on the screen here, we all heard the audio call. A lot of people only relegate racism to the conservatives or the Republicans. It's both parties, okay? That's what these peons don't understand. Now I say, hey, white folks, come get them Negroes too. They too compromised to be amongst us. Let me tell you something, man. His racism doesn't have a goddamn thing to do with if he supported Donald Trump or not. This is who he was well before he met a Donald Trump. This is what is in his upbringing. This is something that was taught to him and his family. And you telling me that we supposed to mourn this low-life son of a bitch right here? Not I. Oh, no. Not this foundational Black American Freedmen, man. Let me tell you something. I don't care whether it's the Sambos that's sitting up here caping for him. I don't care whether it's people that's sugarcoating and sugarfooting around the main fucking issue. I'm not doing that. And these times, I want to be remembered as somebody that stood up and said, nope, anything like this is zero tolerance. I don't have to call this out with dignity and grace and be trying to sugarfoot around and beat around the bush about it. No, fuck that. Did he beat around the bush with what he's saying about our people up here with these words on this screen? Did he? Does that look like sugarcoating to y'all? So why the fuck should I sugarcoat with what I think about this son of a bitch? May not only him, but may the rest of you bastards that think like this about my people, I hope you follow his ass, and I hope you follow him soon. I hope it's a slow, painful end to your ass. You demonic, evil motherfuckers, man, have never done right by my people. You don't have any respect for us. You don't have any respect for our humanity. You don't even think we are human. So what the hell do I look like having that compassion for somebody that don't have it for me? Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. I never will. I never will. Let me show you something else. We're going to get into more about this anti-black racist son of a bitch because, see, think about it. I already told you. You already know they're going to honor him on the wrestling show that they're supposed to be having tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? I already know they're going to do it. But, see, we got to talk more about what was going on with him. And I'm going to show you somebody that actually kind of got the right idea, at least from what I see so far. Okay? That's what I say, what I see so far. You probably wondering, what am I saying and what am I talking about? Well, we're going to get to that because I'm going to stop it when it get to that part. And then, you know, we're going to address some things about that.
We honor Hulk Hogan. Did WWE tell its staffers to focus on Hulk Hogan related work following his passing? Well, WrestleVotes tweeted yesterday that many departments inside WWE were instructed to pause whatever current projects they were working on today and pivot toward Hulk Hogan related jobs. There will be a lot from WWE dedicated to Hogan this week, especially on social media, as you would expect. Given Hulk Hogan's crucial contributions to the WWE's success in the 80s, fans should expect to see plenty of Hulk Hogan related content, whether it's tributes on weekly television or potential projects on Peacock. Fightful Select also reports that WWE reached out to numerous legends to bring them in or film tributes for the late wrestler. It was said that some are also traveling to SmackDown tonight as well. It looks like WWE will be honoring Hulk Hogan very heavily on tonight's SmackDown. We can imagine that this passing will have all the WWE superstars on the stage to do a 10-bell salute on tonight's SmackDown. TNA.
Now let's just pause this right here and let's go back to something I mentioned earlier. Family, can you imagine being a black wrestler and your company done told you, hey, listen, nigga, get on out here and honor this anti-black racist night. You like your job, don't you? You like working here, don't you, nigga? Like they told, you know what I'm saying? Like they told Teddy Long back in the day, you like working here, don't you, nigga? Imagine you got to go out here and stand on this stage and be standing here as if you in honor of this man. See, you better understand something, man. You better instill this in your little black babies early, that their integrity and their self-respect is not to be compromised for any amount of money. Because, see, here's the thing. I get it. Everybody talking about get the bag, get the bag. Well, you got to understand something. As a black person, when it comes to selling out for racism and white supremacy, how do we know that you can't be bought off to do other things that harm the community? And then you got to ask yourself this question, where does it stop? If you do it once, that's where they look at you as. Now, you ain't going to be able to take it one time and then be like, well, I'll take it this one time because, you know, this is what they offer me. And then I'll just deny it. No, they're going to be like, nigga, hey, you got it started now. You shown us that you don't have no self-respect. You don't honor your people. Get your black ass back over here or else. That's what you put yourself into that box. That's where you go when you sell out talking about getting a damn bag. For the people that think like that. See, white folks, I already know. If you done brought your nose asses over here, this is what a black man in his right frame of mind sounds like when it comes to your white supremacists and anti-black racists. I don't give a fuck how well liked he was amongst us as kids. No, we looking at him as adults and understanding the system of racism and white supremacy. No, you have a hatred for my people. I have the same hatred for you. I want y'all to listen to the rest of this, though, because we're not done yet. Let it continue.
They also did a classy tribute on last night's episode of TNA Impact. But Madison Square Garden honored the Hulkster in a classy tribute. Madison Square Garden officials took time to honor Hulk Hogan with a banner showing Hulk's 1984 WWF Championship win, Rest in Peace Hulk Hogan. Longtime WWF fans know that Hogan was a top draw at the Mecca of professional wrestling during his 80s WWF heyday. But why did AEW ignore Hulk Hogan's passing? Now, while many wrestling promotions, wrestlers, and fans are paying their respects to Hulk Hogan, it's been reported that AEW is being blasted by some fans for their silence. Ringside News reported, while nearly every major wrestling company, including WWE, TNA, NWA, and GCW honored Hogan's legacy, AEW has stayed silent and fans aren't having it.
Now, let me say this, and let me say this with caution because we're going to see what happens if they maintain this stance in AEW. Notice I said if, because see, they might turn around and as far as I know, they probably already done capitulated. But if they do hold that stance and say, no, we are not going to honor some anti-black racist. I don't give a damn what you did. We not doing that. Shout out to you, AEW, if you decide to hold that stance. And Nick Khan over there, okay? Shout out to y'all if you hold that stance. Now, if you go the route of the rest of them, it's fuck you too. Because, see, you got to understand something. This is bigger than Hulk Hogan. Oh, yes, you better understand it is bigger than Hulk Hogan. You better understand the part at the end of this sentence here. When it says that AEW has stayed silent and fans aren't having it. Which fans are we talking about? We talking about white fans, okay? That's exactly what we talking about, white fans. The white supremacist fans, because those are the only ones that will be pushing for them to honor this bastard. Huh? See, you got to understand that they want this to be across all these platforms to show us, hey, look, we going to put you in your place, and this is what you're going to have to eat, and you ain't going to be able to do nothing but like it. No. You can put them on whatever TV you want, but those of us that are black people, we don't have to respect that shit at all. And those of us with sense will not give our black dollars to people that don't respect us. Oh, no, we don't have to do that at all. So, see, now you got to understand something. When it comes to this stance that the president or the CEO of AEW is having here, I want y'all to listen to the reason. And again, I'm saying this with a grain of salt because we don't know what they might decide to capitulate and do. I want y'all to check out what they said the reason was why they're not going to do it.
Now, with AEW, there were no tributes made on Twitter, nor any comments from AEW owner Tony Khan, but there's a good reason for that. This comes after Khan's decision to outright ban Hulk Hogan from the promotion in 2020. In a tweet 5 years ago, Linda Hogan would comment on the looting that took place during the George Floyd protests, and Khan responded with, "You've now joined your husband in being banned from all AEW shows. Congratulations."
Oh, boy, we got to take that back. Did y'all see that? Oh, and Tony Khan, because I said Nick Khan earlier, but let's look at this. This is Vince's wife. Oh, yeah. Linda Hogan. Okay, my bad. I said Vince's wife. Okay, this is Linda Hogan. Okay. So now his old anti-black racist wife. Okay. And if you know anything about the damn Hogans, they're not upstanding people at all. They was cheating back and forth on each other, all types of degeneracy. Yeah, I mean, it's in their culture. It's what they do. But when you look at this statement she made, okay, Linda Hogan said, watching the looting, this in 2020, basically talking about the George Floyd uprisings, watching the looting is all Afro-American. Very weird way to say that, but not sure how robbing and stealing set the record straight. But if they want to be heard, they need to be civilized. Oh, you raggedy, funky, no good, alabastrous bitch. Let me get you straight on something, and anybody that think like you, motherfucker. First of all, most of the looting was not being done by our people. It was your people doing that. And white Hispanics, but I'm calling them white because you let them be classified as that. Then you say, not sure how robbing and stealing set the record straight. That's not what we were out there for. See, bitch, and anybody like you, let me say something to you. There would have had to be no uprising if you and your degenerate, demonic people would have said, nope, that is not right what you did to that man. No matter what was going on, you had this man on the ground in handcuffs with 4 officers. You do not have the right to kill any American citizen that way, even if you suspect them of a crime. But you didn't do that. It took shit being burnt the fuck down because I guess you forgot who the fuck you dealing with. When you killed Dr. Martin Luther King, we had Holy Week. I guess you thought that was gone from our people. See, you got to understand the perfect storm happened with that pandemic because for so long, you got to look at how they've had entertainment, sports, music, all of that combined to keep this haze over our people, okay? You got to understand why these things are important and why they were rushing during the pandemic to get all of those things back open. Oh, we got to get the movie theaters back open. Oh, we need these sports arenas back open. Oh, we need these concerts back. Now, why is that so important? Because, see, Linda Hogan and all the rest of you white supremacists, let me give you something to think about. If your stupid asses ever stopped to look at what the powers that be in this country was really doing and what they have been doing now, All of that shit is a distraction, and they count on most Americans being overly saturated and overly invested in entertainment and things as escapism so that they don't pay attention to how much money they stealing from us. What policies that are they passing that's going to hurt everybody in this country that's not in the upper 1% of white wealth? It keeps you distracted from looking at, okay, who's stealing from your local government? It keeps you distracted from looking at all these corporations putting all this fucked up shit and poison in our foods. But see, you too goddamn stupid to realize that because you claim you have these high IQs. You don't get what I'm saying. But see, you know who did get it? You know who did get it? Foundational Black American Freedmen. We came out of that pandemic focused on business. Now, some of us went back to sleep, but it's enough of us that have remained awake that are not going to be ignoring any injustice from here on out. So all this, if we want to be heard, we need to be civilized. The audacity of you, you fucking demon. I posit to you this. Show me anywhere in history where your people as a collective have been civilized anywhere in the world. You call theft and murder conquering. That's what you call that. Anytime you invade somebody's land and they didn't sell it to you, they didn't invite you there and say this part is designated for you, when you take it by force, theft, murder, and rape people, what's civilized about that? What's civilized about American chattel slavery? What's civilized about feeding little black babies to alligators? What's civilized about performing surgeries on black women, the so-called father of modern gynecology, Marion J. Sims, without anesthesia? Huh? What's civilized about redlining? What's civilized about places like the Devil's Punch Bowl? What's civilized about lynching black veterans in uniforms? We came back from fighting this country's wars. We fought in every one of them this country's ever had. We the most patriotic people in this goddamn nation, including above your asses. What's civilized about you promoting abortion to our people with Margaret Sanger? What's civilized about you constantly having systems of oppression where you discriminate against us as far as getting loans, even if we have stellar credit? What's civilized about you gerrymandering districts to try to make sure that black people don't have the right representation as far as voting in this country? What's civilized about you having such hatred for black Americans that even at the expense of your own people, you will allow these corporations to leave and transfer all the manufacturing jobs so you don't have to pay black people overseas, even at the cost of hurting your own people? Now, isn't that ironic? You did that mainly so that we wouldn't have industrial jobs and things of that nature, because you say we're lazy on the one hand, but then when we try to go get jobs, too many niggers getting these jobs, we'll send it over to China. The reason why this country doesn't have free health care is because of anti-black racism. Some of them, even if they sick and dying, it will save their lives. They will say, nope, if black people getting it, we don't want it. But this bitch have the nerve to say something about being civilized. Have you lost your fucking mind? Let me tell you something. Don't you let nobody in this chat room that's of my lineage, definitely, and anybody that's non-LB in your right frame of mind, don't you ever let any of these people lecture us on civilization. You're not even civilized towards each other. Look at your history before you encountered any black people. You bunch of fucking savages. You the original savages on this planet. Sitting around in these think tanks and enclaves, coming up with ways to commit genocide, talking about depopulation as if you have the right to dictate who should live and who shouldn't. Oh, but don't worry. The universe has recognized that you are a mistake and you on the genetic chopping block. Your time is almost up. No matter how much propaganda you spill talking about, oh, look at all these low birth rates. No, you're the only ones having trouble reproducing. Now, why is that? If you claim that you're Christians, you know in your Bible, one of the curses for your demonic and wickedness is barren wombs. Oh, yes, your wombs are very barren right now. Them little struggle genes are struggling. They ain't got long to struggle. So that's the good part about it. You about to be up out of here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Just like this anti-black racist that you trying to force my people to honor, you finna be a museum exhibit, okay? That's where you're going. That's where you're going. We couldn't save you if we wanted to. Oh, no. So, man, don't you ever let these damn demons lecture somebody about being civilized. Man, please, let it continue.
the looting that took place during the George Floyd protests, and Khan responded with, "You've now joined your husband in being banned from all AEW shows. Congratulations."
Man, shout out to Tony Khan, man. I hope you hold the line, man. Don't you back down and fuck around and honor this bastard, man. Look, if I'm gonna be watching too, man. I'm gonna check and see if he bend the knee and go ahead and end up saying something. And y'all let me know if he do. Put it in the comments after this stream is over. Let me know, because see, I probably missed something. But if he hold the line on that and say, nope, we gonna be better than that over here, hey man, shout out to him, man. Let's let it continue.
Khan stated in an interview that year that he could never work with Hulk Hogan after what he said in that tape, and made it even worse by never giving an adequate apology for it. Now, this isn't good enough for some AEW fans who've outright blasted AEW for ignoring Hulk Hogan's passing, as even though he had a controversial history, he was still a pivotal part of the wrestling business. And many are saying that Khan should put his personal feelings aside. However, there's been no tribute as of yet.
Okay, so there you have it. You see, family, you need to understand something. When it comes to us valuing our lives, okay, these people try to whitewash even what he did and say, oh, even though he had a controversial history, but they don't say what the controversy was. You notice that? And see, let me tell you what's dangerous about that type of language. They'll say that, and if you the type of black parent that if your child asks you about Hulk Hogan, you don't sit them down and explain to them why that's nobody you should look up to. If you leave it to them to educate your children, this is what they'll do. That language is very deliberate. They're being vague for a reason, because they're counting on you not to educate your little black children on what type of anti-black racist he was and what the system of racism and white supremacy is as a whole. Okay? So no, we will not be honoring him here. I'm not going to be respecting anybody that don't respect us. And if you don't like that, then I'll tell you what you can do. If you're a white person and you want respect, you're going to have to give my people respect before you get it from us. That's just what it is, and that's what it's going to be. Let me take the time to direct your attention to the screen here, because I came across this young brother, and from what I understand, he's a foundation of Black America. I came across this young brother on a channel called Cool Colas. Now, the topic that we address here tonight, I noticed that he had a lot of content over there calling out the anti-black racism in the wrestling industry and entertainment industry as a whole. So the brother's name is Cool Colas. Go check out his channel and subscribe. You see, I'm subscribed to it. Okay. And he has a range of different content over there. I would love to see young brothers like this that are carrying the message forward. He seems to be listening to the black grassroots over here. So yeah, hey, anytime I run across a channel like this, especially if it's a smaller one, I'm going to actually give y'all the opportunity to go check it out for yourselves and subscribe to it. In fact, the business, I'm going to have a broadcast where I do nothing but shout out some channels that I think you will be interested in, as well as this one. So, hey, shout out to all 11,000 of you that are subscribed to this channel. Like I said, you keep pushing us forward. We got a lot of good things we're going to do over here. And if you appreciate somebody addressing these things without the sugarcoating and trying to take the fucking high road, let me tell you something. That Michelle Obama shit, when they go low, we go high. Nah, fuck that, man. I'm aiming at your motherfucking ankles with a steel baseball bat, okay? I don't do that bullshit. Yeah, go find Michelle Obama. You can go high with her all you want. I'm undercutting your ass. I'm clipping. I'm cheating. You damn right. Yeah, every underhanded, despicable thing I can do to you, if you hand my people that, that's what you're going to get from me, okay? So I say this again, go and check this young brother's channel out. I think you will find his content very informative, and he goes into a lot more detail than some things that I mentioned here on this channel tonight, okay? So again, shout out to you, brother Cool Colas, man. Keep doing the good work over there. I see you, young brother. So family, I think I made my point here tonight with this broadcast. I'm going to say this in closing. For anybody that have a problem with anything I said tonight, you can go fuck yourself. I don't care whether you of my lineage, outside my lineage, big platform, small platform, a person that call yourself trying to address this by sugarcoating. I don't care who you are. Over here on this platform, the Black Ocean, we don't play that half-stepping bullshit. My people gonna always know where I stand when it comes to the love and respect I have for us and our lineage. I have love and respect for our non-FBA brothers that are on code. And I think it's my duty and my responsibility to make sure that anytime I address this subject matter, I do it in the proper context and give these people a stern message that let them know that we value our lives and we respect our people. And we are not going to respect anybody that does the opposite of that. It's going to be reciprocation from here on out with us. Okay. With that said, salute to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. Like I said, we got more content coming up over on here. Definitely going to have some more Patreon broadcasts coming up. I'm putting together something over there that I think y'all going to find very interesting. And I'm thinking about testing a new feature in the community group chat that's over there in the Black Ocean Zone 2 tier, okay? So be looking out for that over there. That's it, family. I want y'all to be blessed. Enjoy your weekend, man. And remember, you don't ever compromise your self-respect for no form of anti-Black racism or white supremacy. Salute to you, Black first, and I will see you all in future content.